So Jesus was born in very humble circumstances to say that it doesn't matter how low you are, I have come for you. So Jesus grew up for the next 30 years, pretty well unknown. We call it an obscurity, meaning not well known. If you think about like the royal family in Great Britain, we all know their names. We all have seen pictures of them in magazines at the cash register, at the checkout center, at the store. And we're not even British, and we know what they're doing. Jesus was the God man, and nobody knew what he was doing for the first 30 years of his life. When he broke out on the scene, he did some pretty amazing miracles. But what did he keep saying? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father, because I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. I am the bread of life. I am the gate. I am the good shepherd. I am the light of the world. Those are the things he kept saying. And finally, the people around him couldn't handle it because he threatened them. Not physically, but they didn't want to change. They didn't want to say that this is God. They'd rather stay stuck in their darkness than see Jesus as the light of the world. So they got their friend, one of Jesus' good friends, Judas, to betray him with a kiss. And the night that Jesus died, before he was betrayed, he said, looking at his disciples and kind of seeing us, in a sense, not seeing us because we weren't there, but knowing that these people were going to come after it. Maybe he really did see us face by face because he's God. Who knows? He said, Father, they, meaning the apostles and us, are your gift to me. Even Judas, who betrays him. Kind of saying, doesn't matter what you do, I still love you. You are still a gift to me. They whip him. A flogging is where they take a long, your stick, and then they have other pieces that are about 3 feet long, and they start whipping you. And at the end of those whips are these things called, they tie in metal and bones, and it's called a flagrum. And as it comes around, it wraps around your body, and those pieces of bone and metal start digging into your skin. And it begins after a while to shred your skin. Literally, Jesus would have been like a piece of raw meat when he got to the point where he's hanging on the cross. They put that crown of thorns on his head. Those thorns were not rose thorns. They're 1 or 2 inches long thorns. And they pressed him into his head. And they forced him to carry a cross. And the cross would have been about 120 pounds. And please, before you think, I know people who lift that. 120 pounds after getting beaten up. Worse than you could imagine. And we know it was worse than you could imagine because crucifixions actually lasted days. Jesus was beaten so bad that he died in 3 hours. So Jesus died on the cross, and before he died, as he's hanging on the cross, he looks at everybody there and he says, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." The worst thing we can possibly do is kill God. And Jesus, who is God, says, "Forgive them. It doesn't matter." And why does he do this? He wants to say, there's nothing that you can do that's bigger than this, and I forgive you. I have died because I love you. There's nothing I cannot forgive. That's why Jesus does this. There's nothing he cannot forgive. And then they put him in the grave, but he loves us so much that not even death separates us from him. And he rose.